So Lamar's wife Carla has been recuperating from ankle surgery. First, she broke her ankle, and they put it together with a bunch of screws and bolts and hinges and stuff like from the hardware store. Then those turned out to be a problem because they make all that hardware for men's bodies, and Carla has a little teeny tiny delicate ankle. So the screws started sticking out of her leg like Frankenstein. So they went in and they took all the hardware out, and they did something. She's in terrible pain, right? What did they do to her nerve that it's so bad?
Well, this was supposed to be a breeze because, you're supposed to have like be in a boot for a few weeks, come out of the boot, everything's great. Well, as the feeling didn't come back in her leg for well over a week, the nerve block is what they call it. It lasted a little bit longer, but as it started to come back, ankle stuff's fine, no problem, but she's got these shooting pains that started working
Mm.
up in her leg. And so, I mean, these are like the way she describes it is like stabbing pains that just will not stop. And it really hits her when she goes to sleep or tries to go to sleep. And we went camping last weekend, and I spent I spent 2 or 3 nights at 2 o'clock in the morning continuously rubbing her back for an hour trying to get her back to sleep or, whatever. So she's taking some different stuff. Anyway, she goes back to the doctor. It looks like they've done something to a nerve. Don't know if they've severed the nerve, don't know what they've done, but they have ticked off a nerve and it will not stop. It just keeps going. So we're trying to figure out everything. She's taking this, taking that. We're doing everything possible. And so we're talking about it. And what really hits her when she lays down to go to sleep. We can be watching TV. We're watching a show and we're talking whatever. And I mean, you know, she'll ease around a little bit and, it'll hurt and she'll talk about it a little bit. But in the middle of the night, I mean, she's crying. She's waking me up. I mean, it's terrible.
Mm.
And so I want to talk to some people about it. And I've got a son that's a doctor, and we got a daughter that's a vet. Well, the doctor camp, as far as this show goes, we're not really
We're
getting some
doing
great
so good.
information.
Yeah.
We're not doing so good with the
Doing so
doctor
good.
camp. Okay, we're not doing. So I'm thinking, let's go to the vet side. Let's go to the vet side. So we're talking to Alex about it,
No.
and we're saying, Alex, what do you think? And because if she's walking around, the pain is not quite so bad. It's uncomfortable, but it's okay. And in fact, and then when she's sitting down and we're watching TV, it hurts, but it's still not like it is at night. And so Alex gives us an explanation, and I think this makes sense. She says when you're walking around, your muscles are tense and you're using muscles and muscles, even when you're just sitting down, but you're engaged in conversation, you're watching, you're doing whatever, your muscles are still,
Distracted.
they've got you're distracted and they've got some tension to them. But when you lay down to go to sleep, the whole point about going to sleep is to relax everything. You relax your entire body, you close your eyes and you go to sleep. Well, once everything's relaxed, I guess the freeway's wide open for the nerve to just have a heck of a time. And that's why all the bad pain and stuff is at night. But then it goes into a cycle. So you're not getting any sleep. Okay. So now you're sleep deprived and you've got pain. We're having a heck of a time. We are having a heck of a time. We're trying to get a nerve
Yeah.
study. We're trying to get to a pain doctor. It's just nuts.
Oh,
It's
no.
absolutely nuts. Yeah.
Well, can I ask you
Yeah.
this? Is there
Yeah.
any way I could bring Kevin into your vet and have them look at him?
Alex did say her coat was shiny and her nose was still wet, so she's okay. I mean,
Lamar, what are you going to do with all that money they're going to refund you on this?
oh yeah, because
Oh, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knows,
Yeah.
everybody knows, yeah, because once they've done this, now this is going to include a neurologist, a pain study, and a nerve study, and a pain doctor. I'm assuming I'm just going to send those bills to this cat. Because
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
for
the,
sure.
I'm not
For
I'm
sure.
not the one I'm not the one that messed it up. That's all I'm saying. 'Cause listen, here's why. I'm a Costco shopper. If I go to Costco and I get something and it's not right, Costco makes it good. So that's my conversation. I'm going
You
to
have
say
some,
to him,
yeah. You have some
I've got to return.
expectations.
I have got to return. I've got my receipt. I have got to return.
So let me ask you this. You mentioned that she was keeping you up at night, which was probably getting on your nerves.
Oh no,
She's
no, it's
got a-
not. No, it's not.
she's-
Not at all. I'm enjoying it. It makes me feel useful. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, right.
I love it.
I was
I'm that
just
husband.
wondering how's the atmosphere around the house, because I noticed over the weekend that there was a new podcast done by women called "My Last Nerve."
Oh,
How's-
on her nerves. Yeah.
On her
That's-
nerves.
Well, listen. This is a nerve I hadn't been getting on. I've got on the rest of them, but I haven't been
I
getting on
see.
this one.
It's Bob and Sheri.
I'm so disgusted with myself right now. I went into a department store, and there were a pair of pants, exactly what I wanted. And I looked at the sizes, the length and the waist, and it was exactly my size, which I can never find. I always have to pay a tailor if they're nice pants to do one thing or another, usually take it up, unfortunately. And I said to the guy who I know, I said, "Can I try these on?" It was at Dillard's department store. And he said, "Sure, right in there." And I went in and put the pants on, and I could not breathe. I could not button those pants. So, like many people, I immediately said, "Well, obviously, these pants are mismarked. This is not the actual waist size of these pants." So I went out and I said, "Nah, I don't think they really fit for whatever reason." And I don't weigh myself very often, very, very infrequently. But about 6 months ago, there's a scale in the bathroom, and I said, "I'm going to see what I weigh." And I was about 4 pounds lighter than I was the last time I looked. And I went, "Wow, this is good. It must be all those walks with Finn. It must be this or that." And I looked at the scale a couple of days ago, and I had gained 7 to 8 pounds in like a month. And I went, "What is going on here?" And even my regular jeans that I had that fit were a little bit on the tight side. I've never had this washboard stomach, at least not in the last 25 years. But I have a little bit of a dad bod, but I've never been really overweight. And I thought that I had nailed it. I thought I had just come up with the right diet, the right amount of moving around, all these steps that I'm looking at all the time. And I thought, what has happened? And after reflecting, one word sums up what I added to my diet that I hadn't had as part of it in years and years. And that one word is snacks. All of a sudden, I went back to, and I don't know why, having some snacks. Could have been winter, could have been suddenly something clicked in my brain. "Hey, you stupid idiot, snacks are delicious. Why don't you go have you a snack?" I think it's the combination of adding snacks and eating too late. Like some nights, Mary doesn't want to eat at all. She had a late lunch or whatever. And I say, "I'm not getting involved too much here just for me." And so I go in and I get the frozen California pizza, cheese pizza. And I'm watching TV, I'm having a glass of wine, and all of a sudden it's 8:30. Oh, I better get the cheese pizza in. So I'm eating the cheese pizza at about 9 o'clock. And then a little bit later on, what do I want? Just one little ice cream, one little, cup of Haagen-Dazs. How bad can that be? And then I did the ultimate bad thing. I actually bought a bag of potato chips, which I had not purchased in a couple of years. And I started munching on those because of the sweet and salty thing. And that is the only thing that I can come up with. So now I have to deny myself. And I hate denying myself, as you well know. But I
I'm
had no
just
choice
reflecting.
Don't deny
I'm just
yourself.
I'm just reflecting on a life well lived here for you because when you said, "And then I did the bad thing," I bought a bag of potato chips. I come from a people who, when they say, "And then I did the bad thing," it's a felony. So I just want to congratulate
Well, it's a
you
felony
on
to
a
my belt.
life well lived. That
It's a felony
your
to my
the
belt.
bad thing involves a bag of like dill pickle flavored potato chips and not a weapons
Right.
charge. Good for you.
Right. Is that available? Dill pickle.
Oh
potato
yeah.
chips?
Oh,
I
don't
didn't know.
don't. You're not
There's no
strong enough.
flavor of potato. Yeah, there's no flavor of potato chip that's not available. Lay's makes a biscuit and gravy flavored potato chip. You can get anything.
That might
Yes,
cut me back on
uh,
my eating, at least at
You
night.
say
There
that.
you go.
You say
Mhm.
that until you taste that. Okay.
It's
So like
it's
just
it's
don't.
the snacks though. It's the snacks and eating later at night because I move around a lot. I really do, and you just can't get rid of it by doing, I don't know, 10,000 steps.